Well, basically, people come. I remember I read this guy years ago, a spiritual teacher, and it was one of those books that are a transcription of a guy of their talks. So he was up there, and it went on for he was talking about non-doership, not being the personal doer. And it went on for 4 pages. It was beautiful description, elegant, beautiful, really gorgeous. And so then the next paragraph, it says student, and then a lady is questioning. He says, all right, I got it. Now what do I do? That's the whole point. See, that I find is one of the biggest dilemmas in this whole quote-unquote no path of non-duality. It's like there's the message. It's like an old story. We have time, yeah? We'll fill up some time. There's an old story about the lion, and there's a young lion, and his mother dies, and he gets abandoned, orphaned, and he sort of is found by a herd of sheep, and he sort of becomes one of the members of the herd. He's young and small. They're not really worried about him. And now he's starting to believe he's a sheep because he's looking at other sheep all day, and he's buying and chewing cud. You know, he's probably not that happy, but he's participating. And he's going along with it. And then one day an old lion comes running into the meadow, and he's hungry, and he's looking to eat some sheep. And he runs after the sheep, and he sees this young lion. And the young lion's running head just as fast as he could away from this old lion. He goes, what the hell is going on here? And he runs after that young lion, and the young lion rolls on his back and goes, please, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm just a humble sheep. And the old lion just looks at it and doesn't say anything, just grabs it by the scruff of the neck and brings it over to this pond, and he sticks his head and the young lion's head out, and they see their reflections at the same time. And the young lion wakes up. It's a lion, yeah? Yeah. Then the old lion goes roar, and the young lion roars immediately. It doesn't have to take 2 years of roaring workshops. It doesn't have to, sign up for a retreat on how to roar or become like a lion. It recognized its innate nature. It was assuming it must have been a sheep, yeah? Until it had a recognition of its, let's say, original face by looking at the older lion. Now, this is what I find happens a lot with this message. And this happened, what happened to who? But in my life, when I started hearing the message of non-duality, whatever you want to call it, it was like I was hearing the message about being a lion, but I didn't know I was hearing it with sheep ears. Yeah, and a sheep head. And I was seeing the words and the scriptures and reading it with sheep ears. In other words, the conditioning of self-centeredness, of being identified as self, was overriding the fact that I'm a lion. So I could hear the person say, you're a lion, you're a lion, you're a lion, you're a lion. And what my conditioned head would translate it into, which is, I can become like a lion. That's not the message, because that still verifies that you're a sheep. Yeah. So in my view, when that dawned on me, that was a big shift in me, because I realized that you can't just give the message in a sense. You've got to see, be an ear doctor, so to speak, and check out who thought heard it. Yeah? Because if that sheep conditioning is in place, it doesn't matter how exquisite the message is delivered. What's receiving it is the problem in a sense. Yeah, it's the misidentification. And there's really no need to go any further if you're going to give a talk in some respects. You just sort of share, and then you attempt to just keep pointing that out, that what might be receiving the message isn't you, that what might be thinking about the message isn't you. And that creates that gap where something that's obvious, that's covered, can become obvious to the person. Yeah, they hear it. They hear it with lion ears finally.